How to do that first. Okay, it's recording. So, hi everyone. So this is a straight up newbie Q&A. So you may not be brand new. You may be, joined a couple months ago, but you're still wondering about how stuff works. And we are gonna 100% answer all your questions. So the first thing we need to do is make sure everybody can find the chat. So if you go to Zoom, I don't know how to find it on your phone, but there should be like an option bar and there's like a little chat. I'm going to write in it.
Alex, you click participants at the bottom of your iPhone. It's a little looks like a little word bubble button. And then after you click that in the bottom left, it says chat and your notifications will pop up there.
Awesome. All right. So if you can't hear anything, click the speaker. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. They probably didn't call in using internet audio.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna get started. So I guess Sydney, you go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then we'll just go from there. Just tell us your story, how you felt when you were new, that kind of thing.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Sydney. I'm one of your Double Diamond leaders. So I started this business maybe 14 months ago, something like that. It's under a year and a half still. It was the end of June of last summer. And basically what happened was I've been trying the wraps already. I saw this girl on my Instagram and I was just really intrigued. So I bought them. I was only 1 month into my wraps and I was on Pinterest and I was like, okay, I can make money with this. I could go Ruby and make $500 a month. I'm going to do this. So I joined. My family was not super supportive at all, so don't worry if yours is not. My sister actually said, that's nice. I hope you make a little bit of money before you quit or something like that. It was really negative. And I was like, you know what? I am going to show her that she is wrong. I'm going to do something with this. So one of my big things is that I put off watching The Secret. Everyone kept telling me, Lindsay was telling me, all the leaders kept saying, watch The Secret on Netflix. And I wasn't doing it. And it wasn't until September that I finally watched The Secret and I went Ruby that same month, which is pretty awesome. And I definitely credit that in my mindset to me finally going Ruby. And then I went Emerald in February of this year. I went Diamond in March and I went Double Diamond in April. It was a pretty crazy 90-day push for me. It was absolutely life-changing, and I should be going triple here in the next couple months, so I'm really excited for that too. But that is just kind of my story. So Allison, do you want to tell yours?
Sure, that's awesome. So I joined November of last year. So when I joined, I was completely I don't know. I was one of those distributors that signed up not knowing what the heck I was even signing up for. I literally just joined and I was like, all right, I'm going to just try this. And I was in college, taking 18 credits and, I had paramedic clinicals. I had all this stuff. And I was like, I'm just going to do it because I can't handle a normal job with school. So, this is good because I don't carry inventory and stuff like that. But I never thought I'd actually make good money for it or with it. I always thought this would give me my gas money and stuff like that. Cause I was like, gas money? Heck yeah, I'll be able to go home from college cause I hated it there. And then I joined, I actually had a slow start. I joined during, when was it? Well, it was the end of November. So almost December and people were buying Christmas gifts. So I made the excuse, nobody wants these products because everybody's buying Christmas gifts and this business is sucking right now. Why the heck did I think that? Because I put it in my own head, right? So I wasn't getting customers because I put this idea that was not true into my own head. So I had a slow start. The first month I signed 4 customers. I made like $30. The next month I actually like told off my enroller. Like I did not like Lindsay, my enroller. She knew what she was talking about, and I thought that I knew what I was talking about. So I was like, you know what? I know how to do this stuff, and I wouldn't take her advice. And then finally, she was like, okay, you need to go to conference. And so I went to our conference, and I was executive then because I had a lot of help. I was still very negative. After conference, everything changed. I went diamond 2 months after that. So that's my story. And I guess that's it.
Wait, Allison, I want to add on to that. I didn't realize that you and Lindsay didn't get along at first, but I guess I left out part of my story. So I joined at the end of June, and by like the first or second week in July, my enroller quit. So I didn't have an upline, and I was kind of like flying blind. Like I knew that I had to enroll customers and that I had to enroll distributors, but that was it. I had literally no clue what I was doing because I had no one to help me. So I turned to YouTube, and I self-taught myself everything from YouTube because I didn't know what else to do. And then Lindsay found me at the end of August. She texted me and was like, actually, she texted in her group chat and said, Sydney Butler, you need to text me, and gave me her number. And a few days earlier, I had reached out to some of the people, like my uplines, like Allie Frazier and Allison Messer. I had messaged them asking for like help and advice. And I was like, this girl is going to yell at me for asking for help. No, I am not letting her yell at me. Like, I'm done. I'm going to quit. I was like so ready to quit. And then my boyfriend was like, just text her. Like, what's the worst she can do? And that's when she really kind of took me under her wing and helped me from there. So I don't want you guys to think that like you need an upline or you need someone helping you with this business, because you don't. Because if you want it, you're going to be successful all on your own.
That's so true. And that's crazy you didn't have an upline. Like I don't think I could have been able to do it. I didn't even want to take mine upline's advice. Like I was like, I know it all. All right. Anyways, so do you want to get started with questions that were in the chat and just do like you do a question, I'll do one, that kind of thing?
Yes. I didn't have any questions in my chat, but I had some people just like text me questions.
Okay.
Do you want to start so I can find them in my text?
Sure, yeah. Okay, so the first question that I had was, how long does it typically take someone to reach Ruby? And this question is hard for me because I want you guys to understand that just because I went Ruby in a certain amount of time and Sydney went Ruby in a certain amount of time does not mean that that's the time frame that you should go Ruby or the time frame that you should shoot for. Your journey is literally your journey, okay? It's not going to be mine. It's not going to be Sydney's. It's not going to be, like it's different and it's unique to you. So for example, like I told you, I had a slow start, and it did take me, I would say, I think it was 3 months to go Ruby, but that doesn't mean that you have to go Ruby in 3 months. There's no time frame. It's literally hard work. If you want to work really hard in the beginning, you'll probably go Ruby in your first month or second month. If you don't work hard, it could take you a year. It could take you 3 years. It's really up to you and your work ethic. So hopefully that helps. But there's no limit.
I love that. That's so true, Allison. And that kind of goes hand in hand with not comparing yourself to others, which is something that we always preach on. It's hard to do because like you see in our Be Obsessed or Be Average chat, you're like, oh, well, like this girl joined the same month as me. Like she's already a diamond. What? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique story, and I don't want you guys to ever get caught up in that. So one of the questions that I had was like, what does my typical day look like? Like, what am I doing to be successful? So I didn't say this in my story, but I'm still a full-time college student. So I'm definitely still extremely busy with this. So my typical day, I would wake up around 7 a.m. and I get everything done for it work so that I can before I leave my house, because knowing me, all bets are off after I leave my house. I never know what my day is going to look like. So I wake up, I send 100 messages to new people on Instagram. We can send you the message that we send. You guys can tweak it, make it your own a little bit. You kind of want to do that so we don't all get blocked anyway. But I'll send that to 100 people. And what I do is I go to my followers on Instagram, scroll down to where I left off yesterday, and message 100 people and just go up. I post on my actual Instagram and on my Instagram story. I post on my Instagram story several times a day. And I also run the app called Captivate at night. It adds people for you. So that way, whenever I wake up in the morning, I just accept all of those follow backs, and then I'm usually pretty good to go. So throughout the day, whenever I'm at school, doing whatever I have to do, I'm just having conversations with people from then on. And maybe I post on my story throughout the day, but that doesn't take a long time because I got the majority of what I do done before I ever leave. I also listen to self-development every morning while I'm getting ready. I find that's the best time for me personally because I'm just kind of like doing things on autopilot, like doing my hair, doing my makeup, so I don't have to think, and I can really like absorb what I'm listening to. Some of my favorite audiobooks that I suggest you guys have would be like Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. That was probably one of those books that hit me the hardest. I can't think of other ones right now. But that's pretty much my typical day. And then I just set up Captivate at night and kind of go from there. But I always tell my girls that if you are doing all of the steps that you're supposed to in a day, you should be enrolling at least one customer or one distributor every day without fail. If you're not, it probably means that you're doing something wrong or that you're not completing one of the steps. But if you want to add on, go ahead, Allison.
I don't know what I was going to say to that. I had something good. But yeah, I mean, if you're not, so this question in the chat kind of like goes into this too. So I'm not getting anyone to buy because no one seems interested. Okay, so literally take your mind and all your thoughts and dump them. Literally, like the SpongeBob episode where he's burning everything, start burning. I'm not kidding, because your negativity will kill your business. So let me tell you guys something. This company is $1 billion debt-free company. That's huge in itself. And then, our team alone, so we're number 2, team in the company. Our team alone last month did 600,000 something in sales. Last month. What? Okay, so you can't say nobody wants these products. There's either 4 or 5 things going wrong. Number 1, you're not asking your upline and, figuring out what you need to say back to these people. Maybe you're stuck on conversations. You don't know what to say. You're not posting, you're not messaging, or you're not following. That's 4 things. Either one of those steps is wrong, or you simply don't know what to say. So never ever say that somebody's not interested, no one seems interested, because you put that out there. It's just like, you telling yourself that something's going to happen, then it probably is going to happen. If you tell yourself that something's not going to happen, it's the law of attraction. It's not going to happen, because why would it? You're expecting it not to. So you have to say everybody wants these products. Who cares if 2 or 3 people don't? So anyways, back to the 4 things. You really want to find out which area you're lacking in. Are you not posting enough? Do people not even know what you have? Are you not messaging enough people to where, you're messaging 10 people a day and then those 10 people are ghost followers on Instagram? You're not following new people, so you don't have anyone new to message. Or you simply don't know what to say to them and you're just guessing. And then I don't know how to help because you're guessing. So I guess that's all I had to say about that one. But do you want me to go to the next question? All right. Let's see. Are there specific products for the 90-day challenge? I see that some products have more than 30 servings. So any product can be on the 90-day challenge. So all the 90-day challenge means is that you get one product a month for at least 3 months. You always get the discount, and you're an AKA loyal customer. So loyal customers get the discount every single time for whatever they buy. So let's say I really wanted the keto coffee this month, and I bought the keto coffee. Well, next month I want the greens because I can't afford both, so I want to switch it up and try both. So I can switch to the greens and pay the greens price discounted. And maybe the third month I've lost enough weight and I'm like, okay, well, I want to try the hair, skin, and nails. So the third month I can completely switch, try the hair, skin, and nails. And then after that, I can either say, okay, I'm done with my auto shipment and cancel for free. Or I can say, I really want to try something else, or I want to keep the same thing. And then, if they were to cancel before the 3 months, it's a $50 fee. So hopefully that makes sense. As far as more than 30 servings, what products are those? Because I'm like losing. Do you know what they could be, Sydney?
I actually, whenever you said that, I was like, I don't know of any product.
Yeah, that stumped me.
Most under 30 servings.
Yeah. So the products that are under 30 servings, like the keto coffee, for example, I just tell people to get 2. So that way, they get 2 15 packs, and that's 30. So give or take, they'll have enough for the whole month. That kind of thing.
They thinking that like sometimes, like say for the Thermophyte, there are 60 of them. That's still 30 servings because you take 2 a day.
Yeah.
Things like that. But everything is almost always a month's supply. So my next question was, how do we get paid? So as far as how we get paid in a few different ways, and we have one of the best compensation plans out there. They've actually done research and compared every single MLM company, and we're pretty sure that we do have the best. So you guys are in a really good spot right now, and you guys can pretty much make as much as you want, and that's super exciting. So you guys know that we get commissions off of our sales. It's our sales and our team sales. We get 15% off of our own sales, and then it kind of changes to, based off of your team. So how that works is that all of your sales from this month, so all of October's sales, will be paid out on November 15th. And you guys, if this is your first month in it, you're going to get an email, and you guys can set up your direct deposit from there. It's super simple. Always reach out to your upline if you need help. But we also get paid a couple of different ways. So we get bonuses, unlimited $100 bonuses. Those are one of my favorite parts of our compensation plan because you're getting paid for helping people. Every time you help someone join the business and help them get their first 4 customers, you're going to get a $100 fast start bonus, and that's paid out every single Friday. And this is really cool because you're not just getting paid for recruiting, you're getting paid for helping people be successful. And that's super important because you want your team to be successful. We also make money from Wrap Cash and from Keto Coffee Cash. So if you guys don't have an auto shipment set up yet, I highly recommend you set one up for the wraps and Keto Coffee, because what this is going to do is you're going to be able to sell wraps for $25 each and the Keto Coffee for $3 each. And you guys are going to make cash with this that just goes in your pocket. And that is huge. And you're going to get the word out about these products. Anytime I've had someone try just one wrap or one cup of keto coffee or one thing of greens, they always become a loyal customer of mine because they tried the products, fell in love, and now they want their own month's supply of it. But I think that covers all about how we get paid. We also have some bonuses every now and then. Those are not always here. They're kind of added incentives. So right now, if you guys go Ruby this month, you're going to get a $1,000 Ruby bonus added onto your paycheck. Those kind of come and go. They will not make or break your business, I promise. They're just kind of an added thank you for being awesome from our CEO. But other than that, go ahead, Allison.
What else was I going to say? I always get stumped. I actually had 2 questions about how we get paid, so I think that answers it. So just to clarify, so if you joined this month, you will get an email to set up your pay portal. But the work we do this month will be, so the work from October 1st until the end of October, October 31st, you'll get paid on November 15th. So it's kind of confusing at first when you join, but just know that you're working right now for November's paycheck. And that always like gets me going because I'm like, I need to make some money in November, right? So I'm going to work hard now. So I think that answers the payment thing. I have one. Also, it will come up in your email with how much you make, and then you can transfer it from there. What's the best way to keep track of our volumes and stay organized? So, some of you have charts and some of you don't, and that's completely fine. Briefly, what I do is I have a binder with all of my team's charts in it. So literally like 20 charts of my team and, you know, like their stuff. So I have that, and then completely separate from that, I have my planner with like my goals. So that's two ways that I stay organized. I am the least organized person in the world. So it took me forever to do the whole planner thing. When I was in school, I was a like planner freak. But then I got out and I was like, oh, I don't like the planner stuff. But you got to write down your goals every day, or you're not going to have a map to your success. But as far as volumes go, I just, you know, like let's say you're going Ruby and you're trying to see, you know, whoever's volume to see if, you know, they got customers, or maybe you move something over there and you're trying to see volume again. I kind of just wing it as far as that goes. So every time I'm moving something, some customer or a distributor to somebody, I'll go back and double check my volume to make sure I'm doing the right thing. If this is completely confusing you, like just ignore me. But if you're charting and you're confused, you know, if you want, recalculate your volume every single day to make sure that you're on the same page and you don't overcalculate or undercalculate something. So you can do that by just going to eSuite Reports Additional Volume Total by Distributor, search the name, and then you can see their volume from there. So I guess that's it on answering that question. But I do have and definitely write these in pencil. Don't use a pen because you'll be erasing stuff and like every single day recalculating volume. So I guess that's all I had to say.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to that a little bit. So I do mine a little differently because I tried the whole planner thing, and the whole planner thing did not work for me. But I figured out it didn't work because I was always working on the go and I didn't have my planner with me. So I started using Siri reminders. If you guys have an iPhone, this is literally huge. I just like hold in my home button and I'm like, Siri, remind me to text this person on whatever day they told me they're going to order. And that works really well. You can use it all the time. I also saw Sarah's message in the chat, and you do get an email every single time you get paid. You get the like confirmation email, and it's like you've received a payment from It Works Global, and it like shows you how much it is, and then you can always go into your app and transfer it. But as far as staying organized, I am not really organized either. But a big thing is just making sure that you are following up with people. So go back in your text, scroll down, make sure you didn't miss anyone, make sure that you're replying to everyone, because the fortune truly is in the follow-up. But other than that, I truly wing it. So don't worry about being organized. One of my favorite sayings is being ignorance on fire. And it doesn't mean that you have to be like perfect at everything. You don't have to know the description for every product. You don't have to have your chart perfectly right. You don't have to have those things. Just tackle it and put in the work, and you're going to promote. And obviously reach out to your leaders anytime you have questions. Oh, I got a question. I get so distracted. I should not have notifications on. What is my best advice? I have a lot of advice. I could probably do a whole Zoom on advice, but I'll keep it short. So I'm not going to give one piece of advice. I'm going to give a couple. One is to stay consistent and just realize that your business is always 3 months behind your work ethic. So if you want to go diamond, start working like a diamond today. And in 3 months from now, you're probably going to go diamond. That's just how this business works because of rollovers and the 90-day challenge and that sort of thing. So don't be discouraged when you're not diamond next week. Like, keep putting in the work and realize that this is going to be worth it. Residual income is worth it. Another huge piece of advice I have is make a dream board. Guys, if you hear anything tonight, go make yourself a dream board. I tell my girls this all the time, and I'll tell you guys my dream board story because you guys are Allison's and not mine. So I created my first dream board in January of this year. In January, I was still a Ruby. I might not have even been being paid as a Ruby. I don't even remember. January was a rough month. And I was like, all right, I'm going to make this dream board because Emily Wurzing keeps talking about this thing. So I made my dream board. And on my dream board, I put that I wanted to go double diamond in April. So that was only 4 months away. And I was a low paid Ruby. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm going double diamond in 4 months. And it happened, guys. I don't know how. I cannot explain it to you other than the fact that it was on my dream board and I was manifesting it every day. I kept telling myself that I was going double diamond in April. I'm going double diamond in April. And it happened. I mean, obviously I put work in. It's not like it just fell into my lap, but it just happened so quickly and that was really amazing to me. Self-development. That if your mind isn't right, your business isn't right. You have to get your mind right, and the best way to do that is through self-development. So I know I listed a couple books earlier. You can always reach out to Allison after, ask her favorite books, get Audible, do something, and listen to a half hour of an audiobook every single day. And whenever your mindset's right, you're going to be in the right place to enroll. Because I know even on the days where I put in a ton of work, if my mindset's crappy, if I'm in a bad mood, I don't enroll, even though I'm putting in so much work. It's like self-sabotage. So make sure that you're doing self-development because it might not seem, it kind of seems like busy work almost. Like, why are they making me do this? Trust me, it's in your best interest and you want to start tonight if you haven't been self-developing. Find a book that speaks to you and listen to it. Listen to it on repeat if you have to. I don't care if you listen to the same book over and over. Just make sure that you're growing your mind because your paycheck will never grow unless your mind is growing. Allison, what would your best advice be?
I mean, gosh, guys, I cannot, and my girls know that I'm crazy about this, but the 10x rule, crazy mind blowing. Now I listened to Jen Sincero and I was like, and that's like how it is. Every book speaks to somebody differently, you know. And I liked her book and I support it, but you know, you got to find something that really makes you want to like blow the top off with this business. Like seriously, I was like, and it's crazy. I just got that book like I would say 2 weeks ago. I've listened to it twice. And in the beginning, Lindsay was like, download the 10X rule. And I was like, nah, I'm going to get this Jen Sincero thing. And, you know, that didn't really do anything for me. And I was like, oh, self-development isn't that great. And then I found a book that spoke to me. So if you're feeling like, you know, you're not really into it, it's not the self-development, it's the book. So find something that speaks to you because it's really life-changing. We have 7 minutes on the Zoom, but really like stress that 100%. And I feel like the 10X rule kind of really points out some things like specific to this business. So it'll definitely help you if you just listen to me and download it. But seriously, like download something. I don't care what it is. If it's just, you know, that you can afford an audiobook and you have to go to YouTube, look up She Was Saved training, okay? When I couldn't afford audiobooks, I was watching that like twice a day. And it's basically like this girl that goes through like her story, and that motivated me. And, you know, whatever speaks to you and tells you like, hey, you can do this, it's possible, like just listen to it. Other than that, like putting in 10x the work. That's my advice. Seriously, guys, like putting in 10x the work is going to get you to where you want to go. You know, and I'm saying all this stuff from that book, but it's true. Like seriously, putting in the work that you're putting in now, you might think is good, but it's more than likely average work. When you start picking it up and taking it to bigger levels and doing more, you're going to see that your business is like exploding. Because not only did you message 100 people today, you messaged 300 people today, and you got not 2 customers, but 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's really on the work ethic and the mindset. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So I'll answer this question real quick before we get cut off. Let me find it. For returning loyal customers, if they want to buy something from someone else, so if that happens, they can switch distributors. They just need to change their email and sign up again. So create a new 90-day challenge if they want to switch distributors. Wrap rewards are basically discounted packs of wraps. They will expire. I think is it $25, Sydney, for the pack of wraps?
It's half price, so it's a little bit over $25 to get like 8 wraps.
Yeah, it's a really good deal. So, you know, like when I was new, I let mine expire. Don't do that, because wraps you can literally sell and make the money, you know, to local people, or if you're in college, like go knock on the doors. Like Sydney was talking about how she was knocking on doors. And I thought about that like when I was in college, like, man, I should have done that, but I was scared. But like, who cares? You know, these people want these products. You just got to give it to them. So
Wait,
that's my
I
advice.
jump in. So that just made me think of something that I wanted to share with you guys. But it's follow your gut feeling. And this is going to sound crazy, but like I am such a huge believer in like following my intuition, meditating, like all that stuff now. And the month I was going diamond, I still needed a ton of volume. And I was sitting in my bed and all of a sudden something spoke to me. And it was like, you better go on campus and go door to door. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And Lindsay didn't even believe me. She made me send her a selfie while I was doing it because it was that crazy. But that I didn't get any customers from it. Not one. But I got Marin to sign up, and I don't know if she's on the Zoom right now or not. And Marin's now could be one of my diamonds on my triple chart. And I know that like I was put in that place that night for a reason. So follow your gut. Whenever you're charting, when you're moving people, anything in this business, go with your gut and trust it.
Absolutely. That's awesome, though. So it takes so much to do that. But when you want something to happen, you're willing to do anything. You already know I'm on this Zoom. That's awesome. So we have 3 minutes. If you want to write a question in the chat, or Sydney, if your team has other questions.
Nope, that was it.
Okay. I'll wait just like 3 minutes to see if anybody writes a question. But seriously, y'all, 10X Rule, that's a crazy book. It's crazy. What are BV? So everything has BV. So let's say that I had a customer to buy wraps. Wraps are $59, so the customer pays the $59. They might pay shipping, that kind of thing. Right now, shipping's free, so yay. But BV is basically what you're going to use for like promotion. So it's bonus volume. It's how much volume you get from the sale. So wraps are 54 BV. Everything has its own BV. So wraps are 54. The keto coffee is $39, but you only get 30 BV. So you can't look at like price as BV. You kind of just have to like look at the BV. So the easiest way you can do that is going to your website or your eSuite and go to orders. And sorry, I'm so distracted. Go to orders, go to the product you're looking for, and then it'll show the BV next to the price. We have less than a minute, but I think it's $3.50.
I sell mine for $3.
Okay, $3. What happens to the customers? If the distributor quits, you're still going to get the volume if that's on your team. It's not moved to another distributor. It just stays under there. And basically that customer no longer has a distributor other than you. So that's if somebody quits, please reach out to their customers because we're here for them, because they're still on our team. So they need somebody. So definitely if you have somebody that quit, because I've had to do that multiple times. Just be like, hey, like you're a customer on my team. I just wanted to see if I could help you, that kind of thing. Does anyone else have? I think it's going to end. So
if you guys do have questions, just reach out to me or Allison and we'll answer the rest of your questions since we didn't get to on here. But just stay consistent, stay positive, and I believe in you guys.
You're all amazing.
Do you just want to end it, Allison?
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and end it. All right. Well, this is recorded. It'll be on my YouTube. Catch me there.